How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be keep seeking constructive ways to do new things. Keep seeking constructive ways to do new things. When you're venturing out on something new, a lot of times we just kind of rely on what we know or what's instilled in us. And that could be both good and bad. Sometimes bad habits may come out. That's one of the reasons why I mentioned in previous videos that when your back is up against a metaphorical wall and you're going through stressful situations, to realize the resources that's available to you, realize your ups and downs, how you've made choices before, so you don't feel so pressured into doing certain things. So this also applies to when you're doing new things in your life, when you're doing new things that you want to succeed at, new things that are constructive, new things that are just setting you on a path for bigger and better things. You want to find constructive ways to nurture that growth, stuff that'll feed into that, stuff that'll you'll be able to reap benefits off of. So find constructive ways to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Giving you an example, when I was writing my book, Kilimanjaro, the Arithmetic of Family Communication, one of the things that I was constantly forced to do was do research on what I was doing. That forced it felt good because it forced me to be at the top of my game on what I was wanting to do. It made me look into some of the things that I thought that I knew, to check up, make sure these was still the same styles and ways that things were done. A lot of things had changed with writing and whatnot. Some things that, give me an example, and some people may debate this. When I grew up and learned how to type on a typewriter, I learned that you double space after periods and things, and it goes on. Certain things with paragraph format, and of course that depends on the format of your writing. I kind of saw that some of that stuff was outdated. They don't really do that a lot anymore, and the list just kind of goes on. So it forced me to do constructive things, like just kind of taking a day out to do research, which it was time consuming, and at first it kind of felt overwhelming. But when I looked at it, it fed into my overall goal, my journey on what I was wanting to do. It felt constructive because I felt like I was brushing up on skills that I needed anyway. And it just kind of caused me to, before I knew it, I was spending every waking moment when I was on my phone, instead of doing social media or looking into something in regards to entertainment or the culture, which I'm a big part of that. Looking into things that goes on and the things that go on in the entertainment world, I would consistently have questions in regards to writing. Well, I wonder if this is still this, or looking up new words, or just kind of increasing your vocabulary, looking at things in the thesaurus. It was constructive ways that I was doing something new, something that I had never done before. So I encourage that. Whatever it is that you're doing, find constructive ways that build that can feed back into your goals, feed back into you. It felt good for me, my mind and body, because I just kind of felt like I was doing something worthwhile. So, and you can take that approach with anything you do, even with going to the gym, health-wise. Found myself looking up certain things, and you would really be surprised on how knowledge grows and it expands. Things are so different from how they were a year ago, from things that I first started looking at. I'm talking about in regards to health or with writing. It's just a lot of things. Now, if I was to sit down and try to cram all that information that I learned over that, I'm just giving an example, a year period, 6 months, it would be overwhelming because it's a lot of information, but it was just things that I had gradually done. These are things that I used to plug in to these spots that I spoke of in previous videos, where I've cleared out things in my circle that were destructive or not constructive to what I was trying to do, or upbuilding things or people that I pulled out of those circles, this is where I use this time to put back into me, put back into research with writing, put back into research of health goals, fitness. So before you know it, that took up my time, and my goals, my short-term goals were being met, my long-term goals were being met. So I just wanted to take time to share this today. My name's Ayin. I've written a book. Ayin Kilimanjaro is the Arithmetic of Family Communication. I'll leave a link in the description box. You can get the book on Amazon, an ebook or paperback copy. Until next time, avoid being discouraged, stay encouraged. My name's Ayin, and you have a good one.